We're now looking at access and authorization controls, and we're just going to start with a few definitions right at the beginning. Identity Access Management, so IAM is the common abbreviation. It includes policies and different technologies as well to ensure that the right users have appropriate access rights. So two things here. One, there has to be a means of knowing who the right users are. This is not easy, huh? And have appropriate access rights. Let me put that as the second thing. So determining the proper access rights is a second important consideration. What about logical access control? So logical access controls are how computers identify authorized users. I mean, when you try to recognize a person, it is definitely not a logical access control in the computer sense. But when different, say, biometric systems, when different password systems, when different control access systems try to identify authorized users, they will use so-called logical access controls. Another little concept of privileged accounts. Privileged accounts are accounts with increased access rights. For instance, to administer the rights themselves or view restricted information. So I've seen the word say, super administrator. A super administrator can determine the access rights for other people. Indeed, just imagine, your little, enterprise resource planning ERP system. If your accountant were a super user, they would have so-called privileged account access and would be able to, give to themselves or anyone else any access rights. And in fact, some of the privileged account accesses, especially to determine the rights, should be so incredibly restricted as to, having just a very, very few number of people, often in management, to be able to, determine those rights, and often not just with one person, but with two people validating.